So I want to know, do you have any horror stories from your days of being in youth ministry, of being a youth pastor, something where the kids just did something and you were thinking, why? Why? After all of my guidance, why would you do this?
So it's important to know that when I was a youth pastor, I was always bilocational. So I always had a full-time job and then did youth ministry on the side as well. And I was only able to do that because of all the volunteers we had. Other than that, it wouldn't have been possible. But one year they went to youth camp, and I wasn't able to come. I had to work that whole week. Vacations didn't work out, but my volunteer was there. And I'm at work, this is like midday, it's probably around lunch, and I get a call from the camp director. And he's like, hey, I need you to come down here. 3 of your kids just got picked up by the state police, and you need to come get them.
Whoop, whoop.
And I thought, well, that could have, that's what they do. I mean, that could go 1,000 different ways. They burn something down. I mean, some of the kids we dealt with, I was like, did they kill somebody? Like, what happened?
Breaking the law.
Yeah.
Breaking the law.
I was like, I don't know. What could this possibly, I was a little surprised, but it wasn't as surprising as it could have been. And so I was like, well, I can't make it, but could you at least tell me what happened? I'll send somebody, like, I'll get a hold of somebody.
I'm not going to come. I'll send someone
Well,
else.
I was like,
Those are my kids today.
I was like, I can't get off. Like, I can't just leave this. I can't leave work right now. And he was like, well, they tried to hitchhike home. He goes, the state cops picked them up. They were walking down the road. They got their backpacks on. They got their sleeping bags with them. They got their suitcases rolling down the road. And obviously, one kid doing that's problematic enough, and there were 3 of them. And I mean, this wasn't some short jaunt back to where, I mean, we were probably 30 minutes away from, 30, 40 minutes away from the church, let alone where their houses were from where this camp was. And he goes, well, they tried to hitchhike home. And the cops picked him up and they brought him back. And I was like, that's fantastic. So we had a really good volunteer. I can't remember if she was there or if she was gone. Anyway, she went down. She got him. She took care of him. And then I got there later that night and I'm like, guys, what in the world? I mean, they ended up staying. They agreed to stay. I was like, you just can't run away again. Like, this isn't every day the state cops would be like, oh, it's fine. Keep trying it. But they had no answer, by the way. They was like, we just wanted to leave. Okay. The volunteer was confident. She was like, the conviction got to him. That's why they were trying to walk home. So I was like, all right, I guess I don't know. Again, I in my head as a kid, and I'm sure there's kids that were like, when they were 4, they tried to run away, but that was never me. So whenever they were, I was like, what is in your head? Like, what process do you go, we're just gonna hitchhike home. No big deal. It was nuts. I just thought, why?
I mean, they're being fed at camp, right?
Yeah.
They've got beds.
They got beds.
They got shelter.
They got games.
Their
they got all
friends are
sorts
there?
of things. Yeah. I don't know.
Did they have to pay for this or was it free?
Oh, no. We fundraised to pay for all of it every year.
So they had to work to fundraise, or you guys fundraise for them?
We fundraise. I mean, they had to do stuff like spaghetti dinners and like do things around the church. Essentially, like, yeah, you had to earn it to go. But some years, depending on how the budget was, it was like, just show up for Wednesday. You got a ticket. I mean, sometimes the bar was pretty low. But yeah, they didn't have to pay for it. I know that. But they were like, yeah, we want to go home. So you want to go home now or stay? Oh, we'll stay now. Oh, after we get the state police involved. Cool. Thank you.
They just wanted the story. And now they have a story permanently on a podcast.
Maybe.
And these kids, like, you got to give them a shout out. You got to, like, tag them in the podcast so that they can, like, come and see it on YouTube and they can be like, yeah, that was us.
I think it might have been the same one that was later on a television show. So.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so yeah, let's go there.
You want to go that other one?
Yeah,
okay.
And I was gonna say just a little bit on what you were talking about is like as a former Young Life leader and seeing kids have to fundraise for camp. The kids that like went out and had to do like weed eating and had to do like hard labor, those were the kids that you knew they were going to show up on the day to go to camp and they were going to be grateful. The kids that, you know, had to work and put their blood, sweat, and tears into going to camp, they're going to be there. The kids that you were like, hey, man, I want to bless you with a free trip to Young Life Camp, those were the kids that would just totally back out.
Yeah.
Like, day of, yeah, man, I'm not feeling like going. And you're like,
it's a free ticket.
This is like a $600-$700 camp that we have paid, and you're just like, I'm going to stay home and play Call of Duty, you know, Modern Warfare, or whatever the game was at the time. I think Call of Duty 4 was like
Halo, maybe.
the game. Halo, yes. Maybe even back when music games were around, plastic guitars. Who knows?
Yep.
But like, I think it's funny that you mentioned them, like these kids leaving camp and hitchhiking, because at Young Life camp, it makes me now think like, wait, maybe Young Life is like strategic on putting their camps up in mountains so that kids can leave. They're just like, all right, we've hauled you all the way up on this charter bus so high up that there's no way you can get out. You're like trapped at Young Life camp. The best week of your life, by the way.
Hey y'all, we hope you loved this conversation. Here at Young Married Christian, we are on a mission to see a gospel-centered home made available for every single child in the foster care system. There are 400,000 kids in the foster care system, and there are 400,000 churches in America. Wow, that is crazy. This is absolutely a solvable problem, and we want to be a part of it. If you want to join us in that mission, text the word freedom to 833-370-1610.
833-370-1610. 833-370-1610.
I just did it.
And another thing you can do that is really helpful is to smash the like button on this video.
Smash it like Satan's face. Crush it like it's Lucifer's head.
It really helps us a ton, so smash that like button, subscribe to this channel,
That's it.
smash the like button on this video.